Are there any sidelines in here tonight? Any chicks on the side? Any mistresses? Y'all want to admit it? Y'all here sneaking? Okay, okay. It's Sunday. I understand. I mean, they say it's bad, but I mean, what if that's all you really aspire to be? What if that's good enough for you? I don't want to be a full-time girlfriend. I don't have what it takes. I don't want to wash underwear. I just want a 2 for $20 from Applebee's. I'm not trying to meet your kids, I'm just trying to come. That's all I really want. I don't care about your mom. We don't have to meet, none of that, you know what I'm saying? I mean, because that's where all the cheating comes in at. The main woman, they cook, they clean, they watch the kids, and meanwhile, I'm at the mall with your man, you know what I'm saying? So I'd rather be on the side than be the main woman. And then I don't want to really see a man every day. I'm like, oh, you again. I guess you want some again, huh? You just gonna keep on asking me. We gotta do this shit for the rest of our life. I mean, that's a long, 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 long time. I'm gonna have to work my way up to that. You know, back when I was coming up, me and to have a woman on the side, it was called a mistress. You know, now women are downgrading. They got a man that changes oil, a Jiffy Lube, and he got a wife and a girlfriend. That don't go together. My dad told me a wet ass and a dry purse don't match. And you know, I gotta keep my swag tight at all times, so you know, I'm just saying. So, you know, men that approach me all the time, they say, yeah, I got a woman, you know, I want you to be my mistress, my woman on the side. You know what I say? Yes. I need to do some research. No, not yes, not right away. No, I gotta do a little research. Let me see your tax return from last year. I need to know, do you really deserve to have a second woman? If your girlfriend ain't had her teeth cleaned in the last 6 months, you know what? My pussy's not for you, let me tell you. Your girl on Obamacare? No, your application will be denied. I'm sorry. You would need to be able to afford a chick on the side. And then I'm getting older, you know, I really don't want to have sex anyway because it's going to mess up my hair. I got to take another shower. Oh my God, I really had shit to do. But if you want to, if you must, so come on. Get in the bed with a man, he'll lay there. Get it hard. Motherfucker, it should have been hard when you called me in this room. I got things to do. I thought you said you wanted to fuck. The dick ain't hard? Okay, well call me back, because I could have fixed dinner, balanced my checkbook, checked my Facebook messages, and your dick still ain't hard. I mean, I don't have time. Don't call me, and definitely don't wake me up out of my sleep talking about get it hard. I mean, what do you want me to do? I said I'm going to give you some ass. If that don't get it hard, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I ain't got nothing else. Jumper cables. Hook them up to your nipples. That get you going? No? Oh, okay. You're not excited enough. You're not excited enough. I'm going to need someone to appreciate my vajayjay. And then women, y'all running around with y'all's bellies hanging out, scared to wear a girdle, because what these men got to say, put a girdle on. You ain't got to be running around here looking pregnant. And then, I mean, just don't worry about what men say. Oh, my thighs, Judge, I got to get some lipo and get this fat off my thighs. That's called rotisserie. That holds the moisture in. If your thighs don't touch, I guarantee your pussy is probably dry. All kind of air going up in there. Need a little belly flap. A little belly flap and the thighs touch, trust, that pussy is moist.
I went up north camping with a bunch of white guys from my job last weekend. White people know how to party. White people party the best ever. But it always gets gay at the end. Always. Never fails. one of the guys fell asleep, and another guy pulled his dick out, and he said, "Look at Randy, he's asleep. Go put your dick on his chin." Oh, what the fuck, man? You don't do that. And he did, and he put his dick right on his lips, and they're filming this shit. I said, you don't do that. That's gay. He said, "No, it's only gay if he comes." That's fine. All right, so we're sitting there. I'm the blackest thing around. And if I had a quarter for every time somebody said, "Hey, I'm not racist, but," I would be a rich man. "Oh, I'm not racist. My mailman's black. Oh, I'm not racist. I got black tires on my car." What the fuck are you talking about? So they said, "Hey, Art, can you go out and get the beer cooler out of the back of the truck?" And I'm thinking it's about 11:30 at night. Me out in the middle of a field, walking. "Hey, is that a bear? Get your gun, Randy." Fuck that. So I was at the Secretary of State a few days ago, and sitting there next to a Mexican guy who didn't speak a lick of English. And we're sitting there, and this lady, she was standing in line there, and she dropped something, and she bent over, and her whole ass and pussy showed, okay? And yes, I was looking. It's always the ass that you're not supposed to see that gets you the most. You can walk in a strip club and you're numb after 5 minutes, but the lady walking down the Vision that just her titty pops out, man, it's the best thing ever. And this Mexican guy, I was in line behind him, and he couldn't speak English, and he was waiting for an interpreter, and we sat next to each other just waiting. And this lady's ass popped out, and he nudged me, and he said, "I like the vagina very, very much." I said, "Vagina? Pussy?" He said, yes, see, pussy. So I think the moral of the story is, ladies, y'all can fix the world with your pussies. You know, if you just come up off of it and hand it out and take that shit over to Israel, you can fix that war, and go down to St. Louis and shut that shit down. It would be pretty. Just give up some pussy. But women lie so much. Who's the biggest liars here, men or women? Women. The men are right. It's women. It's women. I think, I sit back and I think if we could find out a way that we could put like odometers on women's pussies to get a true mileage, something like a Carfax or a Twatfax or something like that. You meet your woman and you're dating and she's like, "Oh, I've only been with 4 guys." And then you marry and it's like, "Oh yeah, 19 guys." It's like, what the fuck happened? "Oh, I fucked him in the back of a Toyota, that didn't count." "Oh, that was high school, that didn't count." No, fuck that. So you meet a woman and you check the mileage and you see how many dicks she's had or how many miles she's had on her. And men can have this installed too, but the problem with men is that you would have some 14-year-old kid with like 10,000 miles on him talking about, "Oh, I'm not a virgin. But women, they lie so much that you would, I've only been with 2 guys, and there's like 500 miles. It's like, whoa, that's a lot of fucking for 2 guys. And you pull up this Twatfax and you look, and there's a whole rebuild, and the head gaskets were blown out in '98, and there was a fire in '02. It looks nice, but it's no good on the inside. It's going to break down on you. It's going to give you trouble. It's going to give you problems and cost you a lot of money. But men could have that too, but we would have 1 million miles on us by the time we hit 40, and only 5,000 of it would be from fucking. Right, fellas? We don't get mad when our woman argues. We don't. We're just like, okay, fuck you. I'll be in the basement. Where's my laptop? And that's it. We don't care. House on fire, get my laptop. I watch so much porn on my phone that I sent my mom a good morning message. And it like has this auto text shit. And I just said simply, good morning. And it said, girls masturbating. And I sent this message. And my mom said, what the fuck's wrong with you? I said, I'm sorry, Mom. I thought I was texting Dad.
Anybody got a job? Whenever you got a day off, all you do is look for another job. I'm sorry, Gad. Just the way the automatic schedule is set up, we can't give you 2 days in a row off. I know you want a weekend, but we really need you on Saturdays to do nothing important. So, by the way, can you sign this thing to acknowledge the fact that you've talked about the automatic schedule again? It's not up to me, it's the computer. I get Tuesdays and Thursdays off. All right, motherfuckers. Tuesdays, I'm updating my resume, and Thursdays, I'm interviewing. You gonna give me a day off during the week, I'm gonna fucking use it. Told you I wanted a Saturday. By the way, does anybody have one of them jobs where it's like it's like a badge, you gotta swipe in and the door automatically unlocks and you gotta put in a fucking password on your computer and a DNA sample to sit down somewhere and there's a security guard and there's cameras in the hallway and all this shit and you look around and you got no fucking idea if somebody broke in what they could steal? Someone's gonna take all the computer monitors? But there's nothing in here. All the staplers are gonna be gone. We don't transport gold bars. I work the phones. There's nothing in here. He's like, well, we handle people's social security numbers. I'm like, oh, great. I got the wrong kind of criminal friends. If everybody in this room wrote down their social security number, their birthday, and their favorite color on a piece of paper and handed it to me, I have no idea how to turn that into money. You guys ever watch a commercial? It's like, you know, protect your identity theft and all this shit, and the commercial's always the same. It's always like, someone got your social security number, some kind of magic, and then they buy a boat. What the fuck is step 2? They never explain, they never tell me who the wizard is that can turn the social into a boat money. I don't know how to do that. My credit's so fucked up, if someone steals my identity, my credit score will go up. Somebody else is in charge of this now? All right. It's weird. That's just, you know. Also, while I have the time, I like to apologize for using the white guy voice. I know that's like I know it's like a thing in comedy where they make fun of where people don't like what black comics do the white guy voice. I know, we all know y'all don't sound like that. But here's a little secret about black guys. That's how every manager we've ever had sounds like in our head. Every single one. I'm pretty sure Charlie Brown's mama speaks English, but that bitch just go wah 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 wah. And all of y'all to us sounds like, hey Gad, you wanna go there? There's a potluck on Thursday, you gonna enjoy? We know y'all don't talk like that, but it enters like that. That's how we process goofy is your report due voice. Alright, I guess I'm done with that. Switch gears. I was at a strip club in Kalamazoo, not bragging, but there was a girl, she had a tattoo down her rib cage that said purity. So I'm gonna get a tattoo that says Afro. Every time I tell that joke, it's always immediate laughter and then a delayed, oh I get it, he's bald laughter. It's nice to know the dumb side is this corner. Appreciate it. Alright, look, I'm fat, but I'm working on it. So I decided I'm switching gears, it's a whole new joke. I decided I want to try to lose some weight, so I've been eating better, and I run 3 miles a day, which is a weird thing because we black people do not jog in the morning. That is a white activity. But I started doing it, and I will tell you now, it sucks dick. It is horrible. I don't understand people who enjoy exercise. That shit is terrible. But it works, and I'm down a good 20 pounds, and I'm trying to, get under 200 by November. I gotta go. I'm gonna try to get it. I'm gonna try to be sexy. But the thing is, I got a strategy. When I run, I take main streets. And because if I run through the neighborhood, I'll end up just walking and just say, fuck it. So I take main streets everywhere I go because there's always a car coming, and you never want to just go in front of a stranger. So I just kind of keep going. But the only thing is, since there's always someone who can see me, I always get that beep beep, keep going fat boy, I see you. And I get some random keep going fist from some guy. I'm like, And this is my I think this is going to be the most solid weight loss effort I'm going to go through. I can handle it. I can do it every day. I can do it because a lot of times I'll overexert myself and I end up quitting for 3 months and going back to really, really fat. So this 3 miles a day, I can manage that. The last thing I tried to do was when I was living in Kalamazoo, I rode the Kalamazoo South Haven bike trail. You guys don't know what that is. There's a little dirt path from Kalamazoo to South Haven. That's like 30-something miles. And my fat ass thought I could just do it. So, yeah, through Bangor. And Bangor's halfway. Yeah. Nah, it sucks. When I got to the beach, I was not excited. So, about 25 miles in, my leg cramps up and I fall into like mud. And I'm laying on the ground, I'm crying. I'm a grown-ass man, I'm crying, laying in mud. I got a Joe Rogan podcast in my ear. And I'm just not making it, right? So I'm laying on the ground, I realize I can't even call for help. I'm in the middle of nowhere, I have no signal. I can't crawl to a road, I can't move. So I'm thinking to myself, if like a coyote or a wolf found me, that's the end of Gad. And I just got really scared because it's like, I've done a lot of things in my life, so I'm not really afraid of death. I just don't want to die doing some white people shit. I don't mind getting shot. Like, I just, I just want my mother to be sad at my funeral. I don't want her to be embarrassed. I don't want her to have to go like, I really like tigers or some shit. You always like the ocean. I never want that to happen.
So then we decided to watch a movie, and admittedly, I set this one up from failure right out of the gate because we decided this movie we were watching it was one of the worst premises, one of the most preposterous ideas for a movie. It's actually a pretty good movie, but it's called Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, yes. There's really no need to explain that one. It's just as preposterous as it sounds. It's about Abraham Lincoln. Before he became president, he spent like 20 years as a vampire ninja. Like, he just was killing vampires. That's all he was doing. And even though this is a movie, I don't think there's any possible way you could even invent that was just a secret in history. There would have been one newspaper reporter, like, somewhere, like, hey boss, I think we ought to do this story about Abraham Lincoln and all these vampires he's killing. No, Jimmy, I don't think that'll play in the sticks. Let's just stick to the log cabin freeing the slaves idea. Maybe 150 years from now, people will be tolerant enough to some crappy books about vampires and one shitty TV show on HBO. But for now, the world just isn't ready, Jimmy. So we're a half hour into this movie, and not a word has been spoken because of our previous failure in conversation. Half hour into the movie, and there's this scene where Lincoln meets his future wife, which is historically accurate, and he gets very excited and he smiles, and my buddy just jumps up and goes, "That's bullshit." Really? Because we've been watching this for 30 minutes. Why? He goes, "Well, this is the 1800s, right?" "Yeah." "There's no way his teeth would be that nice." Let me stop you there for a second. So your argument is basically 5 minutes ago, when he ripped that vampire from taint to temple with the back of an axe handle, you were on board. But as soon as he flashes pearly whites, that was a deal breaker for you. Get the hell out of my house. My favorite one happened last week on the way to this show. This is a different idiot. I feel like it's worth pointing out for statistical reasons, because I know there's some people keeping score. There's engineers in the crowd, that I'm certain of it. Different idiot. Last week, we're driving here. I gotta use the mic stand for this. We're driving here. I'm driving. This particular idiot can't go more than 5 seconds without looking at his phone and doing something on it. You might have an idiot like this in your life. So I see him. He's got his phone in his hand, looking down at it right like this. And we're talking, and then there's a pause, and I see him start to reach, not looking away from his phone, just blindly reaching, patting his pocket. There's nothing in it, and he goes, "Fuck!" And I'm like, "What?" "I gotta go back for my phone." Holy shit, you're serious? That one ended up working itself out, but see, this is what scares me, because I know that this is eventually, it's starting to rub off on me now, right? And quite frankly, folks, I'm having enough trouble with life with the little bit of intelligence that I have. I can't start losing it, all right? Particularly when it comes to women. I'm 36 years old and I'm still single. I need my wits about me, right? I went about a year ago to get some new, I was getting contacts for the first time, and because I'm still, kind of a dork, I actually researched it, I Googled it, and they said it's difficult for people because they're not used to touching their eyes. So I spent a week touching my eyes. So I'd be prepared, right? I wanted to impress them with my skills. And it actually, life threw me a bone on this one, because after I was met with the doctor, they have this little 10-minute class that you take, and the girl that I was taking my class with was just gorgeous, like 25-year-old blonde. Couldn't have been prettier and really nice. So we're sitting here having this conversation, and things are going great. And then finally, it's down to business. She's like, "Okay, well, I got to show you now, because it can be a little difficult, because sometimes people aren't used to touching their eyes." And I wanted to tell her that it wasn't going to be a problem, because I practiced. But what came out was, "Oh, don't worry about it. I've been touching myself all week to prepare." No, I understand. And then there was another. I met a really nice-looking young woman at the bar. I just went over. She was by herself, and I said, "Hi, my name is John. What's your name?" And she said, "Oh, hi, John. My name is Saxony." Yeah, and you could tell that she normally had to explain that her whole life, but I jumped right on it. I actually knew. I said, "Oh, Saxony? You mean like that region over in Europe?" And she was impressed, you know what I mean? All I had to do was just think up even something, just even a small lie, and I would have been super laid, I could have been like, "Oh, I know that because I worked for the Peace Corps one summer helping crap babies on AIDS," or whatever, I don't know. I would have gotten super laid, right? No. She looks at me and goes, "Oh, how did you know that?" And I said, "Oh, I know that because I play a lot of Risk." Enjoy that drink that I bought from you. I promise not to look at you for the rest of the night. But I am 36 and single, and I feel like I am still kind of learning about women, even though I'm not in a relationship, which is important for me because I need to know everything I can, when it comes to women at this point. And I feel like I'm learning kind of because of my iPhone. You know what I mean? Kind of seems like I'm in a relationship because it has that voice, what it calls Siri, yeah. It's got that female voice, and she kind of talks to you and says nice things, and I remember one time in particular, I was texting, and I was in an argument, I was really mad with someone, and I wanted to type, "You fucking bitch," and so I got the first two letters, and it stopped me, my phone stopped me and said, "Did you mean you fuck bag?" Yes, I did. And you knew that about me. Because you've been listening all.
So I bought a new toothbrush. It feels like there's a stranger in my mouth. It's exciting. I was at the store not too long ago. I saw, it was in the shoe department, there were Crocs for babies. Baby Crocs. That kills me. How do you even know if your baby's gay? Have you seen the condom challenge on the internet? Someone's heard of it. Let me enlighten everyone else. You unwrap the condom, you unroll it, you put it in your nose, and you pull it out of your mouth. That's the correct response. I tried it. It broke. I didn't have any problem getting the pieces of condom out of my nose. It was just getting the Plan B pill up there was a bitch. That's a fucked up joke to laugh at too. I see they're making a new reality show about the high murder rate in Battle Creek called Murder Inc. You heard about that? It's it's the highest rated crime inside Battle Creek. I thought that being the birthplace of Kellogg's and Frosted Flakes and everything, their highest crime would have been right. I'm so disappointed in all of you.
You know, I don't like signals. When you're single, you gotta look for the signals. You gotta know when to make a move. When there's a signal, I don't like it. I can't read signals. I don't want to look for those things. They're hard to read. I wish we could just have a deal with women. If you want a guy to make a move on you, just grab his dick. That's it. I never miss a dick grab signal. I'm undefeated if you grab my dick. I'm an all-star. You grab my dick, I'm in there. I'm gonna do work. So what happens if you grab a guy's dick? What happens is the dick goes up to the brain. It just goes. All right, brain, you've been getting in the way for too long. The close is here. And the dick's up there in the brain, but it doesn't know what it's doing. It's just like pulling levers and mashing buttons. And that's why you're saying all kinds of weird shit. Like, oh, I love your elbows. I want to lick your knee. You're so beautiful. Oh, this is great. Yeah, I love you. Climax. And then the dick's like, peace. And the brain comes back like, this place is in shambles. What's happened in here? Who's done this? This could only be the dick. Dang it. So the brain just starts pushing the shame button, like shame, 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 shame. Just sitting next to this sort of stranger you're just inside of, like, why did I say those weird things? I shouldn't have said that about her elbow. Alright, I'm Mike. This was weird. See ya.